Welcome back to Music and the Stars with your host Revz. Right, I did promise you that I would be bringing a special guest on my Twitter handle, and yep, I fulfilled your promise. He is one such singer who has a melodious voice, who has, I don't know, who has, how should I say, has turned Jeho into a magical soundtrack, and now he's come out with another album of his. Please welcome Armaan Malik. Armaan, thank you so much for coming on my show.
It's great to be on the show.
Thank you. Now, you've been getting a lot of responses for Armaan.
Yes.
And like, what are they?
I'm ecstatic because this is the first time that any independent album has got so much traction on the digital space. As I have heard, there are around between 3 lakh to 5 lakh streams online. That is on maybe SoundCloud or Savan.com or Ghana.com, which is really a new thing for an indie artist.
Yes.
And being 18, I'm getting my album out, my debut album. I'm really excited, and I'm happy that it's out on a prestigious label like Universal.
You should be, because
Yes.
I've heard your songs, and they're really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Now, before we talk a little bit more, just tell us, like, how did you, like, start off as a singer?
I was like 5 years old when my parents identified my singing talent. So I sang at my the first performance that I did was at my school's annual day.
All right.
And I had sung Nanna Munna Rahi at that point of time. But post that, my parents saw a flair of music in me, a flair of singing in me. So they put me for music classes, and I started learning Hindustani classical music at the age of 6.
From Kader Mustafa
and Rita Kaul.
Yes.
So my first guru was Rita Kaul,
All
and I started going to Kader sir off recently, and both have been very instrumental in the way I sing and my whole gaiki. And so from then onwards till now, I've been learning Hindustani classical. That's been my base as a training.
Yes.
And Western music, I got scholarship in 2011 to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston.
That's amazing.
So I did a short course there as well.
Okay.
So that is one of my Western education in music, as I would say.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I just keep hearing more artists, more songs, and adapt to their styles. So
who's your favorite?
International or Indian?
Both.
In India, I think there's only Sonu Nigam. I'm his biggest fan. And abroad, I think there are many people, but one of them who's really close to my heart is Michael Bublé. He's a jazz and.
That's right. Can we hear something from him?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
There's something I'll play out on the guitar. Yeah. Another summer day has come and gone away in Paris and Rome, but I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone, but I wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Well, I've been reading all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I was sad, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, and you deserve more than that. Let me go home. I'm just too far from where you are. I'm coming back. Oh.
I was like, oh my God, I was like really, in a state of trance listening to you. Seriously.
That's a compliment.
Now, Yeah, I mean, your entire family are, are music directors. Your
Yes.
dad is a music director.
Yes.
Your uncle is also a music director.
And my brother's music.
Yeah, your brother's also a music director. That's amazing. So, was it difficult at first to get your first, how should I say, break?
Um, I think whatever I did in Bollywood as a child playback singer, I've sung many songs in Bollywood movies as a child singer. That one of them being one of famous ones being Bhootnath.
Bhootnath, Tare
and
Zameen
Tare
Par.
Zameen Par, and so those were my beginnings as a playback singer. And I can truly tell you that I got those based on my talent, solely on my talent, because Vishal Shekhar heard me singing in a jingle, which I'd sung for another music director, but they were in the same studio at that point in time. So I was singing a jingle, and by chance they heard me. So they called me like 2 weeks later after that for the Bhootnath song. So I guess it's purely on talent that I got my first few breaks, and I'm really happy that I've sung for my brother as well, and for my dad in the upcoming movie, which is called W, which is about women. So it's only off late that I've sung for them. Otherwise, I've sung for everyone outside the family.
That's right.
That's Vishal Shekhar or Salim Suleiman or Shankar Ahsan Lord.
Yes.
So that's been my journey till now. And right now is the only time that I've sung with my dad and my brother. So I'm really happy that I did work outside the family first, and then with the family.
That's great. Okay, from Tare Zameen Par to Bhootnath and now Jai Ho.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite film that you have sung?
I think Jai Ho is by far the most exciting project for me, because it pushes me in a league which is an adult playback singer now that I've come to that stage. And not only that, it is Salman Khan who saw the talent in me and my brother Malik, and gave us the right push, the right the right feedback, and he gave us all training, and he's like my mentor.
That's right.
So he's given me a lot of confidence, and I owe my future projects to him as well. And I'm really happy that Jai Ho did happen, as it put me and my brother on the musical map in the industry.
That's great. That's great.
And we would owe it all to Salman Bhai.
That's great. From the soundtrack of Jai Ho, out of all the songs, Tumko Aana Hi Tha was the #1 hit for all the musics, including myself. So can we hear that?
Yeah, sure. That's my favorite song as well from the album.
Brilliant. Jai Ho fans, this is for you, Tumko Aana Hi Tha.
तुमको तो आना ही था जिंदगी में, देर हुई आने में क्यों, जीना मुझे है बस तेरे लिए, जो भी करूं it's only for you, because I love you, I love you, because I love I love you till the end. मेरी तो हर एक सुबह होती तेरे साथ ही, तेरी बातों में बीते दिन मेरा, मैं छोड़ दूं only for you, because I love you, oh I love you, because I love you, I love you till the end.
I have to admit, sound in unplugged version sounds way better than the soundtrack. I mean, seriously. Right. You've even sung for many commercials.
Yes.
So, commercials versus singing for Bollywood.
Commercials are really fun because you get to do things that you don't normally do. Like I used to do voiceovers for advertisements. Like if someone is saying something about a product, so
Yeah.
I do voiceovers for that person. And there's jingles as well. Jingles really do come from Bollywood. Like they're a little part of the compositions that we make in Bollywood, but
That's
the
right.
treatment's a little different because
That's
it's
right.
coming for advertisement. It's more
Yeah.
catchy and more hooky and really short.
Yeah.
And you need to tell a lot in that time.
That's right.
So the whole experience of an advertisement jingle or a VO is completely different from a Bollywood song, and it's obviously really fun to do that. But what's more enriching is the Bollywood music because you get to experiment so much. You can probably do an Indian track which has dholak or sarangi or sitars,
That's right. That's right.
or do a Western track which has the guitar or the piano
Yes.
or the violin or the cellos.
Yeah.
So it gives you a varied experience in terms of musicality,
That's
and
right.
that's what makes me feel excited about doing a Bollywood track. You know, it gives you that energy, and it makes you perform better. That's what
right.
I feel.
That's right. You dubbed for My Name Is Khan
Yes.
and Slumdog Millionaire. I mean, maybe after Tare Zameen Par or something.
Yeah,
So,
in that period. Yeah.
So, how excited were you when you were dubbing?
It was great. My Name Is Khan. Actually, it happened like a short span of time after Tare Zameen Par only.
Yeah.
And I dubbed for the English person, the English boy who was there in the film.
Right.
I was doing the Hindi parts for him.
All right.
So it was a really different experience, and being part of such a huge project involving Karan Johar and Shah Rukh Khan in the lead. So it was really exciting, and it was my first my first dubbing for a Bollywood film.
That's
Otherwise, I usually do for English films which are dubbed in Hindi.
Oh, that's great.
That's how Slumdog happened.
Yeah.
So Slumdog basically was a radio film
Okay.
initially. Then it went on to become the Slumdog Millionaire
That's right.
by Danny Boy.
That's right.
So the radio version was done by me.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Brilliant.
I was the main the Salim in that. I don't know if you know Salim is the brother
Salim.
of the main character.
Okay. Okay.
The guy who his brother in the movie.
Yeah, right,
in the
right,
original
right.
movie. So
Yeah.
I played his character
Okay.
on radio,
Okay.
and it played on BBC network.
That's great.
Those are two exciting projects in terms of dubbing for movies.
That's amazing. That's right. That's right. And now you have this album called Armaan.
Yes.
Why the name? And why not any other?
I think because it kind of defines me.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all my feelings poured out in the album.
Ah.
And it's since it's my debut album, I would like the people to recognize and associate me with my name and my whole the whole image of an independent artist. Like there's an artist called Armaan.
That's fantastic.
That's the way I perceived it.
That's right.
Because I could have given it any other name, but
Yeah.
I kind of think it didn't click
Okay.
with me. I kind of thought down some names, and this didn't give me the that's not sounding like my album.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Armaan was the best choice, and I'm glad people are liking the album online, and they've associated it with well. So
Good show.
yeah.
You have a track called Crazy Connection where you
Yes.
are duetting with Salim,
Salim
Merchant. Yeah.
Yes.
How did that what was the whole scenario behind it?
So I remember as a child, I had sung with Salim sir in one track for Chain Koli Ki Main Koli. There was a Bollywood film.
Yeah, that's right.
So I had sung a song called Sunday,
Okay.
and that time I was around 11 or something,
Okay.
and I met him later after like 5 or 6 years when I was 16. 16 or 17, and I went to the studio and I made him hear some of my tracks, and he loved most of them, and he told you should do something of your own, like your own independent songs and your
That's
own album.
right. That's right.
So I was kicked about it. So like in a month's time, Universal approached me regarding my debut album. So I thought, why not do the collaboration with the person who always encouraged me and always gave me the idea to do an independent thing. So I went to him and I told Salim, so would you like to collaborate with me on one track? And he
That's
told,
right.
sure. let's get into the studio and let's take it from there. And so I composed a little part and wrote some lyrics on it, went to the studio, made him hear it, and then he was like, okay, I'll dub it. So from then till the video shoot and to the promotions of album, he's been by my side. So I consider myself really lucky to have got Salim sir on board with me and as a mentor to me, who's always supported me throughout my musical journey.
That's amazing. That's really, really
So
sweet.
that's how that collaboration happened.
Wow, like not bad at all.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite song from your own album?
Crazy Connection obviously was the first single and really close to my heart because it features Salim sir.
Okay.
And after that comes Le Ja Zakham Tere, which is composed by my brother and written by my brother. So
Alright.
that's a special track that he's done for me in my album. Otherwise, it's completely produced by my brother,
Okay.
but this track was composed and written by him.
Yeah.
And it's got a balladish feel, but it's one of my favorite tracks from my album. And
Right.
after that, there is Q. There's one track called Q, which
Yes.
is really close to me because I have completely done everything from scratch
That's
in
right.
that song.
That's
So
right.
I've produced it, I've composed it, written it,
Hmm.
and co-written with Shabir Ahmad, who's a lyrics writer for Tumko To Aana Hi Tha,
Yeah.
from Jai Ho.
Yes.
So, I called him and then we were jamming and stuff. So that's a really special song because I infused American R&B
Oh.
with an Indian tune.
Okay.
So that's a really special track.
All right. Let's hear Q then.
Q?
Yep.
Q is actually on a piano. Would you like to hear Le Ja Zakham Tere?
All right. Let's hear Le Ja Zakham Tere.
Okay. ले जा जख्म तेरे जो तूने दिए, अब इनकी जरूरत नहीं। झूठे वादे किए, झूठे सपने दिए, तेरे बिन भी जी लूंगा मैं। ओह अब चाहे रूठे दिल, अब चाहे टूटे दिल, अब कभी ना लौटूंगा मैं। ले जा जख्म तेरे जो तूने दिए, अब इनकी जरूरत नहीं। झूठे वादे किए, झूठे सपने दिए, तेरे बिन भी जी लूंगा मैं। तू रहता है यादों में मेरी, क्यों फिर नहीं मैं निगाहों में तेरी। अभी तो यही थी तू बाहों में मेरे, आंखें जो खोली खड़े थे बिन तेरे। अब मुझको पहचानो क्या खोया है जानो, कभी ना लौटूंगा मैं। ले जा जख्म तेरे जो तूने दिए, अब इनकी जरूरत नहीं। झूठे वादे किए, झूठे सपने दिए,